Black Mirror is one of the most prolific sci-fi anthologies out there, weaving a consistent commentary about the danger of technology. Moody, atmospheric, and at times outright scary, Black Mirror is a smartly written anthology like no other. If you finish watching this one and are looking for alternate picks, we've combed through the archives and saved you the hassle with our top 10 picks that aren't spin-offs or set in the same universe. As always, let us know your favourites in the comments and which of these you've watched. So without further ado, let's start the countdown. As with any anthology, Electric Dreams features a range of different stories that it showcases, from virtual reality, depicting an entirely new life, to space voyages that take a turn for the worst. Unlike Black Mirror though, the material here feels far more challenging, leaving a lot open to interpretation by the abrupt and very open endings. Considering the variety of stories shown here though, each plot does follow a surprisingly similar arc. A familiar setting for the main character soon turns to the unfamiliar before a climactic charge for the finale. Almost all of these end with unanswered questions, which are used to incite discussion about what's just been shown. It's not perfect, and some of the writing is a bit of a mixed bag, but it will definitely scratch that Black Mirror-sized itch if you're after something just as thought-provoking and dystopian. Based on a series of graphic novels and beautiful paintings by Simon Stålenhag, this sci-fi anthology uses this genre as a backdrop for more human-driven drama that runs through the different episodes, following a tight-knit community living above something called the Loop, where the impossible becomes possible. The strange organisation, simply known as the Underground, is run by Russ Woolard and serves as a looming, mysterious shadow we never really explored that much. Instead, the show plays out with a series of stories that reflect as modern-day fables. Aesthetically, Tales from the Loop looks fantastic. The backdrops are detailed, the effects are believable, and there's a gorgeous piano-driven score that runs under most of the drama. This one's a bit more polarizing compared to others on this list, but if you're sold after a few episodes, you should find more than enough to like here. Set in the near future metropolis of Paris, Osmosis is an interesting, thought-provoking series revolving around finding love in our increasingly digitalized world. A revolutionary new technology is developed which takes the guesswork out of love, letting you see your soulmate in your mind's eye. The main story here sees siblings Paul and Esther conducting an experiment using 12 candidates, testing the implant before it's released to the general public. With numerous subplots intricately woven throughout this overarching story, Osmosis serves 8 episodes of drama that asks some pretty big questions. The consistent pacing and twists along the way certainly make this a sci-fi trip worth taking. If there's one thing Korean dramas do incredibly well, it's tell a competent and driven story. Following in the footsteps of both Inside Number 9 and Black Mirror, Korea's latest sci-fi anthology, SF8, takes clear inspiration from both of those aforementioned Western titles. Only it blends that in with an authentic Korean tone to make for a wholly unique experience. There are 7 well-written and thought-provoking tales to choose from, each just about an hour long, and these cleverly branch out across a range of different genres too. While it's unlikely to hit the prolific heights of other anthologies, this is easily a shining sci-fi jewel. Based on Michael Crichton's campy 1973 novel, Westworld is anything but cheesy sci-fi. In fact, Westworld is a heady, thought-provoking puzzle box full of intriguing ideas and challenging themes. At the heart of this lies a theme park known as Westworld, where robot inhabitants serve their human hosts' every desire. But what would happen then if those robots start to gain sentience? This question consumes large parts of Westworld, and while the later seasons do lose sight of what made the show so special, season 1 in particular is about as close as you could get to a perfect sci-fi series. If you're in the mood for mind-bending sci-fi with a twist, this one should definitely be added to your watch list. Years and Years is one of the more chilling family dramas that came out in 2019. Set in the near future, Russell T Davies returns for a standalone mini-series that paints a concerning future for Britain. The setup is simple though, and spans multiple years, as we follow a seemingly normal British family who find their life turned upside down by cataclysmic events happening in the world. From far-right extremists rising up and the threat of nuclear war on top of that, Years and Years does a wonderful job showcasing a chilling alt-future in our ever digitalized world. It perfectly captures political and topical issues in a way that never feels preachy or overly condescending, delivering one heck of a rollercoaster ride along the way. Love, Death and Robots is as artistic as it is well written, showing off a wide range of animated influences across its numerous seasons. This profound anthology series is one of the more surprising offerings from Netflix. Each of the episodes explore a different style of animation, with self-contained episodes that range from 3 minutes all the way up to around 18 minutes. Some of these are comedic in tone, like one depicting yogurt taking over the world, while others are very gritty and realistic. Others still really hone in on what makes Black Mirror so enthralling, an underlying commentary about technology and our ever digitalized world. If you're in the mood for something more bite-sized but still scratching that sci-fi itch, this one offers a good variety of different tales that are well worth checking out. On Children looks and feels like an Asian Black Mirror copycat. Although the anthology format and dark, uncomfortable themes bear some resemblance to Charlie Brooker's Near Future series, On Children very much moves to the beat of its own drum. Predominantly focusing on extreme societal and familial pressures, On Children's 5 feature-length episodes explore different slices of Asian culture, all whilst remaining enjoyable and engrossing throughout. With each episode over 90 minutes long and the entire series spoken in Mandarin, there's a fair amount of content to get through here, and read if you're not fluent in Mandarin. If you're willing to invest the time into this one, and trust me, you absolutely should, On Children makes for an incredibly rich and rewarding watch. The setups here may be simple, but don't let that simplicity fool you. Inside Number 9 is a fantastic anthology series and one of the must-watch sci-fi shows out there. This British show is split into 6-episode-long series that tackle a unique situation that usually unfolds with a shocking or bizarre twist at the end. Unlike Black Mirror though, Inside Number 9's quality has only grown from strength to strength over the seasons. In fact, I'd argue that season 5 and onwards could well be some of the best of the show's entire run. The first episode of season 1 really sets the tone for what follows, and there's some definite horror vibes flowing through this one too. This is 100% a must watch. As a bit of a bonus pick, if you're looking for something more bite-sized and available for free, the Dust YouTube channel is absolutely fantastic. It aims to basically bring together a community of storytellers working together to present thought-provoking science fiction stories. There are tons to choose from, and there are all sorts of different bits and pieces on here, including world-building short films, adventure sci-fi shorts, and even family-friendly ones that you can watch with the whole family. If you are looking for something a bit different, and none of these picks that we've gone through scratch that itch, I would highly recommend checking out their channel. The creme de la creme of anthology series. The Twilight Zone is a classic in every sense of the word and a mainstay for any sci-fi or horror fan. Not to be confused for the lackluster 1980s reboot or the even more forgettable reboot in 2020, the original Twilight Zone combines horror, thought-provoking ideas and sci-fi to make this a wonderful show to watch. Even all these years later, the Twilight Zone absolutely holds its own, and for that alone, this should 100% be on your watch list. So there we have it, our 10 TV show alternatives to watch when you finish with Black Mirror on Netflix. So what did you think of our picks? Do you agree? Are there any notable omissions? Or do you think we're way off the mark? Either way, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.